And I have to say that one of the prides of our workshop is that of gathering several aspects regarding design, analysis, and construction of shell and spatial structures, ranging from structural, architectural, historical, computational, technological, and constructive issues. However, in all applications, the role of that structural and continuum mechanics on shell and spatial structure is fundamental and cannot be neglected. For this reason, on behalf of all the authors of the IWSS 2020, I'm greatly thankful to the SISCo, which is the Italian Society of Structural and Continuum Mechanics, for endorsing our workshop. The SISCo is a reference for all Italian academics working on the themes of continuum mechanics, strength of material, and structural mechanics. This society is active in promoting scientific and cultural activities related to these topics. Here we have Professor Rosati, that I proudly consider my academic father. Professor Rosati is full professor of structural mechanics at the University of Naples Federico II, and is chair of the Civil Engineering and Architecture Committee of the Italian National University Council. He is here in the role of Vice President of the Italian Society of Structural and Continuum Mechanics. So welcome, Professor Rosati, to the IWSS. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Francesco. Thank you, and welcome to all of you. I'll try now to share my screen so you can have an idea of what I can do with the electronic devices. I hope that everything works well. Can you see that?
Yes.
It's a miracle. Okay. So the first slide I show is a beautiful side of my beloved Naples. The same you see here another site on at night. And the main reasons for showing you as first slides these sites is that Francesco and myself hope we are planning to host you in Naples someday for another version, another workshop, or directly a conference on shell and spatial structures, since we believe that Neapolitan people was probably one of the first to foster the use of shell and spatial structures, especially lightweight structures, as you can see from this slide, in which you see a lot of cables hanging everywhere with clothes and shirts hanging on the cables. Well, now switching to the more serious part of my presentation. This is the shadow you see is the coat of arms of our university, of the University of Naples Federico II. This is the crest of our university. And as first speech, I would like to give you a warm welcome to all of you, to your families. I'm particularly happy that the workshop has taken place, although on internet, in spite, of course, of the difficulties associated with the sanitary emergency we are facing now. I have followed the general lectures and the first session of the conference. I do believe that all presentations are really very interesting, that the scientific level of the workshop is particularly high. As Vice President of SISCo, that stands for the Italian Society of Scienza delle Costruzioni, that has endorsed the workshop together with IWSS, it is my great pleasure and honor to convey you the most cordial and warmful greetings of Professor Paolo Fuschi, who currently acts as President of SISCo. Well, what is SISCo? You're probably wondering about that. It's the acronym for Italian Society of Scienza delle Costruzioni, which is the expression used in Italy to make reference comprehensively to mechanics of solids and structures. Actually, professors and researchers of Scienza delle Costruzioni are typically involved in research and didactic activities concerning all classical and innovative topics of deterministic and stochastic mechanics of materials and structures, of course, including the study of its historical developments. Specifically, Scienza delle Costruzioni deals with the development and diffusion of innovative scientific tools that allow one to tackle problems related to the evaluation of the mechanical behavior and design of constructions, mechanisms, structures in engineering and architecture, as well as mechanical problems typical of bioengineering and applied science. Explicitly included are also multiphysical problems, constitutive modeling, response to external actions of whatever nature, reliability, integrity, topological and shape optimization, experimental analysis, innovative materials and structural shapes. Topics addressed by Scienza delle Costruzioni are typically statics, dynamics, stability of equilibrium, active and passive control, fracture mechanics, fatigue, limit analysis, structural morphology. The adopted methods and techniques are based on physical and analytical modeling, experimental and computational mechanics, structural identification and monitoring, digital innovation in design, and aim to the analysis, interpretation, and solution of the problems at hand. Topics addressed by Scienza delle Costruzioni involve as well interaction between structures and environment, with particular emphasis on seismic and wind engineering, natural and anthropic risks, vibrations due to environmental agencies, including problems related to the evaluation of vulnerability, monitoring, intervention techniques on the building stocks, to technological and regulation aspects. The above-mentioned topics involve mechanics of engineering, engineered materials or metamaterials, inorganic functional materials, materials belonging to biological systems, mechanics of microsystems or non-conventional structures, independently from their modeling and observation scale, up to the analysis of the historical development of materials and their use, the structural analysis of historical and monumental manufacts, and the cultural heritage in general. Different from IWSS, our society is rather young since it has been founded in Rome 3 years ago, with the aim of becoming a reference point for all professors, researchers belonging to the group or sector of scientific disciplines, what in Italy called the SSD, Settore Scientifico Disciplinare, denominated, as you can imagine, Scienza delle Costruzioni. At this stage, you're probably thinking that the mystery is becoming even more puzzling, since you are now wondering what is, especially foreign people, what is a group or sector of scientific disciplines. But mainly this is an esoteric creation of people working in our hectic and twisted bureaucracy. Because, you know, more than 40 years ago, Italian scientific disciplines have been grouped in 14 areas, ranging from physics to chemistry and so on. And our discipline, Scienza delle Costruzioni, belongs to the so-called Area 8, which is named Civil Engineering and Architecture, and of course includes this area other disciplines such as hydraulics, geodesy, urban planning, and so on, typical, of course, of civil engineering and architecture. Thus, our society informs its associates of didactic and scientific initiatives that are considered to be of interest, encourages and promotes the discussion on general topics concerning didactics and research into the realm of Scienza delle Costruzioni, fosters the enhancement of contributes of Scienza delle Costruzioni in engineering, architecture, and applied sciences, represents the scientific community towards the Italian Ministry of Research, the National Agency for the Evaluation of the Research, the National University Council, a sort of university parliament which I belong to, and more generally towards boards of engineers and architects, firms, regional and national research agencies. In conclusion, I wish you all the best and a fruitful continuation of the workshop. My best regards to all of you, and enjoy the workshop. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Professor Rosati.